In this video, I'm going to teach you how to cleanse your liver in 3 days without extreme dieting or starving yourself or any of that nonsense. This is not medical advice. Go ahead and check with your practitioner before introducing any of these things. These are just things that have worked for me to help me detox my liver as well as countless others. Hi, my name is Selena from Wholeness Campaign. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I have healed myself from chronic IBS, parasitic infection, Lyme's disease, food intolerances, allergies, asthma, and a host of chronic symptoms associated with multiple concussions. Through my 5 years of researching gut health, detoxification, and nervous system regulation, I have put well over 10,000 hours of researching how to overcome chronic symptoms naturally, and it is my passion to help others overcome the same chronic symptoms that I used to struggle with. So if you're struggling with any of these symptoms, take a good look, take a good scan. Any of these symptoms that are listed out here on the screen, this is a signal that your liver is crying out for help. Most conventional practitioners will tell you that this is a pseudoscience,
that liver detox is not real. The liver is simply just a filter for toxins. It doesn't actually store them.
But here's the truth. It is your liver's job originally to filter out toxins, much like a sink strainer's job is to filter out food in the sink. But because we live in a day and age where there are 10,000 new chemicals made every single year, heavy metals in our food and water, and contaminants all around us, your liver is maxed out. Much like a sink strainer, the filter is clogged up and it has begun to store toxins instead of just filtering them. I can honestly say that my symptoms didn't fully get better with changing up my diet, eliminating every single toxic food, making sure that all of my brands were perfect and every single ingredient was in check. So what we're going to do in this video is actually work to reverse the damage. I'm going to paint you a picture of what these 3 days are going to look like if you want a full liver reset. The supplements you're going to need to take, the herbal teas you'll need to drink, the detox practices you're going to need to do, and all the foods you need to add in order to support your liver function. But I really want to make sure you watch this video till the end because I'm going to explain a really important element about liver detox that you need to know before starting all of this so that you don't have a bad experience. The first step is that you're going to take a binder. Ideally, you're taking this right when you wake up. So picture yourself waking up on day 1 of your 3-day liver reset, and you're going to take a binder first thing in the morning, ideally on an empty stomach. A lot of binders actually will bind to minerals as well, so you want to make sure you're taking that away from food at least an hour. And the reason for this is that you need something else that is doing the work that your liver is already doing. In a sense, the job of the binder is to stop the bleeding. So if there's excess toxins around your body that are constantly flooding your liver, we want to kind of stop that before we do anything else with your liver. Taking binders like the zeolite, I've mentioned that here on my channel. I will have a link in the description for it. It is a great way to bind up toxins. The toxins will just get eliminated through your urine so that we aren't having to process this stuff constantly through the liver because that will put much more strain on it. Again, the link for this is in the description. There are lots of different binders out there. A lot of them I do not like, but the idea is that you're getting something that is supporting your liver in the beginning of the day while your body is still in detox mode. So you're giving your body some support right off the bat. The second thing you're going to do is a coffee enema. Now, before you click off this video, you have to know that this is the most effective step in this whole process. Most people skip it, and this is why they don't see the same results. What a coffee enema does is you're basically putting coffee up your colon, holding it there for 15 minutes or however long you're able to, and then eliminating it. But the key to this is the caffeine actually will travel to your liver through a portal vein in your colon, which will actually stimulate your liver to kind of hiccup these toxins. This is, in a sense, kind of clearing the filter. If you can picture the sink analogy again, we're tapping out the filter in the garbage can. This is what a coffee enema is doing. It empties toxins. I would do this every morning of this 3-day reset. I did these every morning for over a year because I felt so good on them. You don't absorb coffee in your colon the same way you do when you drink it. So if you're sensitive to coffee, there's really nothing to worry about. But I would do this right after you take the binder, drink a lot of water, making sure you're hydrated. I like doing this in the morning, ideally before 10 a.m. because that is where your body is continuing to detox. And doing it before breakfast allows your body to put all its energy into the detox instead of energy into digesting, and you then need to wait another 30 minutes after you've eaten food to actually do the coffee enema. All of the links for the supplies will be in my Amazon storefront link that I'll have in the description box. I have a step-by-step video tutorial on how to do a coffee enema on my channel. I will have that linked below as well. I do prefer to do a water enema before a coffee enema, but at the very least, you need to have a bowel movement before doing the coffee enema. This makes sure that you don't send toxins to your liver instead of what we want to be happening is pulling toxins out of your liver and eliminating them via the stool. So I want to take a pause and mention that I have a 6-month whole health blueprint coaching program. I take you step by step towards getting to the root cause of your symptoms. We take a gut first approach, but I really believe there are 3 root causes, which are gut imbalances, toxicity, which we're dealing with here, and nervous system regulation. Like I said, this video addresses a brief overview of how you could address toxicity in one way, but in this program, I take you so much deeper and I make sure that you have the foundations for overall health. There are 12 one-to-one sessions throughout the whole program, so you get a real personalized approach, 6 modules worth of content, and every resource you could need to get to the root cause of your chronic symptoms. This is all done within a community of resilient people who are healing alongside you. So if you're interested in joining, click the link below to apply for the program. We would love to have you. Okay, so the third step, the third sort of element in your day is going to be juicing. If you haven't noticed already, these things do take time. So you may want to consider doing this 3-day reset over a sort of long weekend or some time you have off from work, because this is really a time for your body to reset, not be under stress, not have a lot of things to do. But you're going to want to juice. Right after you do a coffee enema, juicing is a really great way to replenish electrolytes and actually trigger your liver to detox even more. At this point, once you've done the coffee enema, you might be feeling a little depleted, and this is where the juice will come in. You want to make yourself a nice, freshly pressed juice. Ideally, drink it within 15 minutes that it's juiced, because that's when all the nutrients remain intact. Ideally, you have a cold pressed juicer and you're juicing this yourself at home. This juice is not going to include tons of leafy greens and lots of fruits. We want things that are truly hydrating. Carrots, for example, with the skin still on them, have lots of potassium. The potassium is in the skin. Plus, you can add some celery, a little bit of green apple, and a little bit of beet. Maybe just a little small slice, this amount, that size. We're not looking to go overboard in the sugar. We're not trying to raise your blood sugar a ton. We're just trying to support your liver. And the beet is actually great for detoxing your liver. Beets have certain properties that actually support liver detox. I want to make a caveat here that this juice is not worth doing if you are not buying organic produce. So do not make this juice if it's not organic. I will say that it will put more stress on the liver, because now your body has mainlined pesticides, and that's going to be an added thing that your liver is going to have to detox from. The cool thing about juice is the nutrients in juice actually have this antioxidant effect, meaning in a similar way to vitamin C, that they will actually bind to toxins in the body, and in that way they support the elimination of toxins so that they're not getting clogged up in the liver. The fourth step, and this is hugely underrated, is herbal teas. There are a number of herbal teas that have been known to support liver detox, but I'm going to name 3 here because I think these are some of the most effective ones out there. That is dandelion root, milk thistle, and Chansapiedra tea. So you can go ahead and buy organic versions of these. You can probably get this on Amazon. Again, I'm emphasizing organic. We do not want any pesticides in our tea. So we're going to try to shoot for drinking a quart total of this sort of concoction of those 3 herbs. And you're going to put 1 teaspoon per cup of each. So if you're doing a quart, that's 4 cups. You're going to put 2 teaspoons of dandelion, 2 teaspoons of milk thistle, and 2 teaspoons of Chansapiedra for 1 quart of water. Then you're going to let the tea leaves seep for 10 to 15 minutes. And then you'll sip on that throughout the day. You can add a pinch of salt for electrolytes, but you want to just be sipping on this throughout the day. That's going to be helping stimulate your liver to detox. And step number 5 is a castor oil pack. At the end of the night, when you're all curled up with a book or watching TV, you are going to do a castor oil pack. This is basically where you put castor oil, again, organic castor oil, ideally in a glass bottle, because we don't want pesticides in our body. And also, castor oil has been known to leach chemicals from the plastic containers that it's in, because it's that powerful. But you're going to put it on your belly where your liver is, your upper right, just under the lower part of your rib cage. And you'll put a cloth over it that is 100% cotton or 100% wool. Again, we want to make sure we're not using synthetic fabrics, because castor oil can actually pull chemicals from them and put that right to your liver, which you would not want. You don't want to be adding more chemicals and things for your liver to detox. You want to make sure that it's clean. So no polyester. You can put 1 to 3 tablespoons of this castor oil there, put the cloth over it, and then you'll put a heating pad on top of it, or a hot water bottle, something that sort of heats up your skin and allows your pores to sort of open up and the castor oil to get in and sort of affect your liver. You can do this for about 45 minutes. It's okay if it goes longer. It's okay if it's a little shorter. Feel out your body on this, because a lot of people find it very detoxing. Castor oil is also a laxative. So if you start to have the urge to have another bowel movement after your coffee enema, that's completely normal and that's okay. That's actually part of the job of castor oil. Very likely after the coffee enema, this isn't going to happen, but castor oil really effectively pulls toxins. It is an excellent method of detox, and because of this, it is actually very calming. So this is why I like to do it before bed or while you're sort of relaxing. Many people experience lots of relief from anxiety doing castor oil packs, and they have been known to actually shrink tumors and cysts and even pull things out from the skin. So that is what your day is going to look like during this 3-day liver reset. I would really recommend slowing down and letting these 3 days be restful and rejuvenating. But I want to give you this last bonus tip of something that you can do to really support your liver. And this is going to support so many other elements of your gut health, which in turn will influence your overall body health. But that is beet kvass. And beet kvass is basically the brine from fermented beets. So if you literally just put beets in a jar, add some water, add some salt, leave it for 3 to 7 days. So you might have to prep this ahead of time. What you're going to get as a result is this amazing probiotic rich liver support brine that you can sip on before meals, after meals. It really helps with digestion. Like I said, beets in general are great support for your liver, but the liquids that these beets are fermenting in will also help you purge toxins. The cool thing about anything that has probiotics is that it can go ahead and target pathogens, which in turn helps you to release toxins. There's a really close connection between your microbiome and your toxicity. So this is really important. Let me know in the comments if this is a new one for you. This is such an underrated tool, but I'm telling you, it's cheap, it's easy to make, and it is so supportive for your liver. Do this for 3 days in a row, and you're going to give your liver an amazing amount of support. If you're really struggling with symptoms of liver congestion, of toxicity, you might actually want to consider adding these elements into your daily routine going forward. Like I said, I did coffee enemas for over 1.5 years every single day because I felt so good doing them. So it's something to consider adding these into your day-to-day. Now, I want to give the caveat that I mentioned in the beginning, and really this applies to any of the things I've mentioned so far. Because our bodies are so overloaded with toxins most of the time, you may feel what is called a detox reaction. This is just a reaction that your body experiences as toxins are leaving your body, or as toxins are kind of just getting stirred up. It can be a little inflammatory, and it can cause symptoms ranging anywhere from dizziness, emotional instability, actual pain in the body, or symptom flare-ups from whatever you were struggling with before. Really, detox reactions can look like anything, so I encourage you to keep your eye out for them. Often in the long run, it is a better thing to have the toxins a little stirred up and then moving their way out. But this is actually why I typically recommend that you move into these types of practices very slowly, that you start with an amount that actually feels good and you can build your body's tolerance over time. I'm going to link a video here that tells exactly how to manage these detox reactions or die-off reactions so that if you experience these while you're doing this 3-day liver reset, you can have help. And if you're interested in the Whole Health Blueprint Coaching Program, I will have the link in the description so that you can learn more and apply. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.